Hello everyone, and welcome to my craft room. I'm going to just show you a part of my craft room in this video. Just showing you a few little storage ideas that I use to store my craft supplies, which are the main reason I use these plastic bins is because they're large and they can hold a lot. These are photo bins, but the plastic photos things have been taken out and I use them for something else. But as you can see, I have several different kinds of bins. I use them for paper that I've cut up. Most of this is that ugly paper that I cut up a while back, a year or so ago. This one up here is one that I take to my station where I do most of my crafting for making embellishments, as well as the ones down there underneath of it. They are also used for that same purpose. This just is some die cuts that need to get used up. And here are some, I use some of them for this. I'm sorry if this is shaky. I'm trying not to shake, but my hands shake, so I can't really help that. I use them for things like this. My craft room is not what you call a fancy pretty craft room, but it's not because I don't like fancy pretty. It's the fact that I prefer something that is, I'm not going to worry if something gets ruined, because this is also, I share this room as a playroom for my grandkids, and that's why. Okay, here's the one thing I wanted to show you. Remember these plate things I bought? Here's what I did with them. I tie wrapped two of them together, and because they are the place that goes down between is smaller than a 6x6, I then took a bunch of chipboard. Sorry, my chipboard fell. I took a bunch of chipboard pieces that I had, strips that I had laying in my stash, and I got to use them up. I just cut them down and placed one right there, and then I was able to put the paper in there, and voila. Now, you might ask, well, that's small cardstock. What about 12 by 12 cardstock? Well, let me show you. This is 12 by 12 cardstock. All of that heavy stock is on one of those. I didn't put any chipboard underneath because I didn't need it. This is cardstock that has lain on a shelf for probably 3 or 4 years, at least, maybe 5. And to be honest, it probably would have kept laying there if I hadn't have done this, because I just hate having to take it all out and look through it to see if I can find something. Now I can actually thumb through it and see if there's something in there that I want to use. It is cardstock that came back in the day when I first joined YouTube. A lot of our companies, Prima, let me think of, I can't think of it. My mind just went blank. Anyway, a lot of those companies, once, sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times a year, would offer up a box for an X amount of dollars, and it just included all kinds of stuff. And usually it was $200 worth of merchandise for 50 bucks. Well, I purchased several of those over that period of time. from different companies, and that's what that paper is, because inside would maybe be 20, 30 sheets of paper that was maybe from 2005, 2000, it wasn't always new stock, recent. But, so it built up and built up, and that's why I have so much of it. And then, in this one here is put together, and all those dies are card dies that I have accumulated and had no place for, but now they can sit over here by my die cut machine and hopefully get used. Because, let me back up just a little bit. So I actually have two big tables. One's wood and one's one of those old-fashioned tables, and I have them put together. And I die cut on this one over here, right here, and then this one here is for storage, and then I also have another table over there that I use for some of my storage. And this is why I'm not buying much of anything, because I already have so much, and I want to be able to use what I have. And later on in another video, I will come back and I will show you how I store my dies. It's not for everyone, but it works for me. So I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.